Phil here from the Next 72 Hours team, out and about today for a day hike in the Cornubia bushland corridor, which runs between Shayla Park here and Daisy Hill, somewhere over in this direction. As far as the crow flies, it's about 3 k's to where I'm staying behind here. You'd never know it, you can't hear any traffic or anything like that. The only thing you can hear is the music from my phone over there. But out this way, hundreds of kilometres of bushland out there. I've done 7 and 8 hour walks out here, and never fails me to find a new part to explore. And we could probably equally do a couple, probably do an overnight or 2 or 3 day trip out here. I think carry up this way, you can get into the Daisy Hill Forest National Park and up into Venman National Park as well if you try hard. And this way 3 k's, like I said, back to civilization. So this is the pack that I carry with me for my day trips out here. I'm not really sure about that. 8-Rex, I think. Picked it up in New Zealand on Trade Me for about $20, which would be about 17 Australian dollars. 30 litre Alpine pack, very, very well put together. These sell for quite a lot of money in the shops, but this lovely lady was heading back to the US and didn't want it, and put it on for 20 bucks, so I scooped it up. On the right hand side there I carry my water. It's not very hot out here today, in fact it's quite chilly, so I only brought a litre with me. For comfort's sake, I've got this lovely Therma SD stick, which we've done a review on. As far as knifage goes, I'm carrying this Cold Steel GI Tanto knife with me. It was pretty cheap. In fact, the reason I bought it really was it's one of the cheaper knives out there. It has a nice weight to it, and it does everything that I need it to do. So I'm not really a knifey person. Before coming to Australia, I've only ever really dealt with pocket knives, but I do really feel the need out here, and it's quite wild out here in Australia, and I kind of feel the need to carry one, so that's what I picked up. Didn't blow the budget, and it does the job, and that's all I really want. You know, each their own. Some people have some very expensive ones. Yeah, whatever works for you, I say. On the top of the pack here, I'm carrying my headlamp and my MP3 player and cords there. On the back of the pack here, on the one side of the strap, I've got my GPS, very basic, probably the most basic unit you can get, the old EDC from Garmin, to map my trip. On the other side here I've got the ACR Rescue 406 megahertz GPS beacon, of which we've also done a review on the site there you can check out. Here in Australia, to be honest, even though we're only 3 k's away from civilization, the mobile phone coverage can be pretty crappy on the best of days. You know, that's not an attack, that's just the mobile phone service here is pretty rough in some places, and so I think it's imperative, if you're going out to the bush, you take as much precaution as possible, because Australia is renowned for having some pretty poisonous creatures. It's also quite rugged. You can be in very remote areas. It can be thousands of kilometres between you and help, and so the more prepared you are, the better chance you have of survival if something goes wrong. So I've got my mobile phone over there, my GPS beacon, and I've also left an intention sheet with my family to say where I'm going today and what time I'm due back, so that if I don't turn up, they can call the rescue services and initiate a rescue. I'm just going to turn that down. Alright, so in the top of the pack here I have my waterproof jacket. You never know, the weather changes here quite rapidly. It can be hot one moment, pouring the next. It can be hot and pouring, you never know. So I've got that there. It's at the top of the pack for rapid access in case it does start raining. In here I have the Next 72 Hours snakebite management kit, which we've put together, and we will have that up and on the site, a big video coming up on that shortly, and it will be for sale as well, so stand by for that. This has been put together by us. We've put a lot of research into it. We're also all medically trained members of rescue teams here, and have a lot of experience in the ambulance service as well as the hospital settings. So yeah, a lot of research, a lot of quality products gone into this. I think it's imperative that you carry something like that, or consider carrying something like that in the Australian outback, because some of the snakes here are renowned. They're some of the most deadly snakes in the world, toxic snakes, and using this pressure bandage technique from the snakebite kit is going to really give you the best chance at survival you've got. This one here is also good for the bite from the funnel web spider, the blue ringed octopus, and the cone shell as well. So it's an all-round venomous bite kit. It's been backpacked, fits in the pack very nicely. You've got all the instructions and stuff in the back there. Along with that, for safety reasons, I also carry a fully equipped first aid kit, survival kit here. A lot of this gear in here comes from the time I spent working on the ambulance service in New Zealand for 4 years. So again, it's all good to have a nice well-equipped first aid kit, but again, training is equally as important. You know, you've got to know what to do with this stuff, and you want to know that the members in your team as well know what to do with it in case you're the one that's incapacitated and needs help. It's got a wee flag on here. I got that from fellow YouTuber and search and rescue team member Not You Not Me. If you haven't checked out his videos, check them out. I'll leave a link below. He's done some pretty cool videos there as well. That goes with me on any trip. These two items here, along with the beacon and my mobile phone or cell phone, that is really my survival slash preparedness side of things. I've also left that intention form, like I said. That sets me up for the best chance of surviving if anything goes wrong out here. I'm medically trained, I know what to do with it. I've got that kit for snake bites, I've got my beacon, I can set that off, and help will be on its way. Again, you come across someone out here on the trail, they're hurt, they might not necessarily be as prepared as you can help them out if you've got the gear there and you've got the beacon, etc, etc. And the last thing in my pack here today, to go along with that survival side of things, is my 3600 calorie meal bar here from Daytrix. So that's 3600 calories, 3600 calories. That's enough for 72 hours survival outside in a bush setting or survival setting. It's not going to be sufficient if you're out doing 40 k's a day hiking. You know, if you get lost, you're in a survival situation, the first thing you want to do is stay still and stay where you are so people can come and find you, especially if you've left intentions. You want to keep as close to those intentions as possible. Otherwise, if you do move and you haven't, you can't let people know, then they're really going to have no idea where you are. So this is going to be enough for me for 3 days, maybe more, maybe less, depending on the sort of energy you're expending. And that, along with my hiking pole here and my mobile phone, like I said, I've got my other camera charging over there, and my trekking pole is what I would carry at the bare minimum for a day trip out here in the Australian bush. So this has been Phil from the Next 72 Hours team. Thanks for watching. Any questions, queries, comments, please feel free to leave them and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.